Do you remember seeing this about a month ago? A murder on a light rail train of a young girl, only in this country for a short time, here legally. The man in the red is about to kill her because, well, one of the reasons he said it out loud, she's white. Horrible. That was Iryna Zarutska. Murdered, stabbed to death. And the incident was kind of eclipsed by the Charlie Kirk assassination, but it's still very, very important, as we all know, as is Charlie Kirk. But there was a special congressional hearing in North Carolina. This happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, and there is Congressman Jeff Van Drew, Republican of New Jersey. He is the chairman of the subcommittee on oversight, and very important meeting, and I understand some Democrats were actually in attendance. Congressman Van Drew, welcome. What was the point of today? What was the purpose?
The point of today was to bring this to light again. We cannot forget about this. We cannot sweep it under the rug. What's so hurtful about all of this is it's preventable. It doesn't have to be this way. We don't have to do this in America, but we are. You know, almost every major city in the United States of America, you cannot walk freely day or night. That's unacceptable. And people are tired of it, and it has to stop. And let me tell you the other thing, Greg. We are putting people back out on the street over and over and over and over again who've committed crimes, in many cases, most cases, felonies. This particular case, he had committed 14 different crimes before. He had been arrested 14 different times. The magistrate, which is like a judge, let him out again and said, well, he signed a promise that he was going to be okay. And you know what you're doing? You're opening the door for them because, to be honest with you, it comes to the inevitable result so often that someone was murdered. But we didn't only hear about her today. We heard about many other people who have suffered broken families and pain and hurt who will never be the same again because it happened to their loved ones as well.
Whatever happened to, you heard a lot in the 80s and the 90s, 3 strikes and you're out. That seemed to be somewhat effective. At least it was understandable. Can we bring that back? What happened to that?
We should bring it back. We should bring back tough on crime laws. And, you know, they'll say, well, when you speak about that, you're just using jingoistic terms, just, you know, political catchwords. No, we're not. You should be able to walk anytime, day or night, in any city in New York or anywhere, in any country. And in any actual, of course, we only control the United States of America, but even anywhere in the United States of America, you should be safe. And so we've gone from a point where we were sold a bill of goods, where we were starting to get safer, and then we were told that they had logarithms and ways of telling when people should be let out over and over again. Cashless bail. We had a bail expert there who explained what that does when you don't ask people to put up bail. It creates more horror and more problems because so many of them commit murders. It was a tough day. It was tough to sit through, to hear grown men crying, to see police officers just about in tears, to see a grandmother. We don't need to do this. We've got to stop. We need good judges. We need good attorneys general. We need good prosecutors. We need good DAs, and we can fix this. This is fixable. You know, some things are complicated. You can talk about health care. It's complicated. There's a lot to it, and there's just not an easy fix. Honestly, this is an easier fix. If you're bad and you're committing evil acts and you've done that, you should be in jail for a good long time. He should have been in jail, this murderer, for decades if you totaled up all the crimes he did, but they kept releasing him. It's awful.
Here's one of those police officers you mentioned, Officer Justin Campbell, C01, please.
We spend a lot of our time chasing our tail and rearresting the same people that we arrested the week prior, while the violent crime continues. A lot of crime is stopped just by our mere presence. But our presence is pulled because, again, we continue to arrest and deal with the same people day in and day out.
Well, it seems common sense, and specifically this Iryna's Law, House Bill 307. I know we're calling attention to it, but how is that going to work?
Well, it would certainly help, and I'm so glad that it's being sponsored and that we're going to do it, to really not fund those municipalities, those cities that are committed to just letting people out on the street again. It's not about money. The Democrats tried to say, well, we need more money, we need more money. No, because when they get more money, they spend the money on these policies and actually spend the money to put more people out on the street. We need to do just the opposite. We need to get people put away. Yes, there's mental health, there's other issues. We can do things with all of that. But the bottom line is, Americans deserve to be literally free of crime, free of being afraid, free to be able to walk around any city and any town, anywhere in the United States of America. So we're going to keep bringing it to light and try, I know I'm going to vote for it, to do our best not to give federal funds to those municipalities, to those judges, to those DAs, to those prosecutors that continue to do this, to continue to perpetrate this evil. They're guilty. They're responsible. They're killing people, and it's got to stop.
Hey, before we say goodnight, can you tell us how you see the governor's race in New Jersey? Looks like there's a real chance for it to go red this time. We may have some Jack Ciattarelli, looks like he's in a good position, and this Mikey Sherrill, the Democrat, seems to be blowing herself up every time she turns around.
Yeah, she wasn't a good candidate. They at first thought she would be good because she's a mom and she was in the military. Now, of course, we see she had real issues in the military with cheating scandals, and she, thought she would speak well. She was a prosecutor, didn't do well. And really, it's become evident she's going to be the same old, and ultra-left, ultra-liberal policies that we do not want anymore in New Jersey. Jack Ciattarelli is going to be the next governor of the state of New Jersey. I've been around a while, I've been in politics a while, and I can tell, and I'd be very shocked if he doesn't win. He's going to do it.
Yeah, it's looking good. Well, Congressman Jeff Van Drew, thank you for your work. To be continued, sir. And it really is something when you see that sight on that train and what happened and all those mug shots. Sir, we thank you very much.
Always good to be with you. Thank you.